So if you were ready to start on your journey in 2024, what are the things you can put in place now to get started? What systems will you need and what action will you need to take? What were our biggest lessons last year and how can you use that to your advantage? By the end of the video, you'll have the layout for a plan to start today. So when we started our wealth building journey less than 4 years ago, we had no skills with money. We had consumer debt, credit cards, car loans, and we didn't know how to budget. You get the picture. Not uncommon to most people. Today we have no consumer debt, no car loans, we have significant investments in the stock market, and we have a portfolio of property that spans from local to long distance. But most importantly, we have a financial plan that we are now following with energy and excitement. For us, it's a 180-degree turnaround. We've done it through education, determination, and sheer willpower. It's all about you and your success. So let's get started. The first thing we did was attack our consumer debt. There was a lot of it. By removing this consumer debt, we'll have more funds freed up that we can invest, and that will expedite you to your financial freedom. But for my wife, the uplifting feeling of having no consumer debt was very exciting. Clearing the credit cards, the car loans, the lines of credit took determination and sacrifice. But that sense of freedom and stress release is priceless. It will give you a real-time sense of the freedom that we're all working towards in a real, tangible way. It also made us realize how much money we were wasting on consumer debt, from clothes and shoes that we rarely wear to multiple trips throughout the year. We were actively spending our future earnings and not doing any kind of saving or investing. Now, we certainly have lots of good debt. That's how we're building our wealth. We borrow funds to grow our property portfolio and do renovations for forced appreciation. Building this portfolio of property is part of our financial plan for the future. But bad debt, consumer debt, is something we certainly avoid, and we would suggest you eliminate it. So pay off your credit cards each month, budget your salary, and practice delayed gratification for those larger items you want. Let your assets purchase them for you. And one final point on credit cards, when we started paying ours off, we started with the highest interest first and worked our way down. So next big thing you need to do is supplement your income. Money is going to be the best tool you have to grow wealth. Once you have the funds, you can invest it into the stock market, into your tax-free account, into renovations for a property you want to sell or rent. You can also use it to improve yourself, books, videos, and mentorships. These extra funds will allow you to invest and grow your wealth faster. One way you could deploy these funds is to pay down your primary residence mortgage quicker. Now, this is not part of our financial plan. We have a low rate mortgage and we prefer to invest the money elsewhere for greater gains. But paying down your mortgage faster may be a priority to some people. Now, increase in income could just simply be extra hours at work. It could be providing lessons to people at the weekends. It could be starting an online business. You can also increase your income by renting out space. You can rent out your basement, a bedroom, even a storage shed. Whatever you decide to do, channel this income into your financial plan. It's going to make a difference. Now, I know this is going to be extra hours, but by doing this, you're doing what the 95% of people are not prepared to do. You're actively taking charge of your situation and working for a better future. We're all aware that people are generally working more hours and more years. We've all seen it on the news. People are working longer and they're retiring later. What we've done in the past doesn't seem to be working today. But be proud of yourself for stepping out from the crowd and doing something different. Ensure you've got an emergency fund established, 3 to 6 months of expenditures. The fund is there to cover your living costs in case something happens. And if you're old enough like me, you know these events are more common than we like to think. Having these funds separate from your investments means you can access them quickly and without penalty. The fund itself should give you confidence to grab good investment opportunities as they come by you. You'll feel less exposed and less vulnerable, having it accessible should you need it. For me, this fund is like a safety line. I can grab it when I need it, and if I don't need it, I've got the confidence it's sitting there waiting for me. Now, some may argue that fund should be in the stock market and give you higher returns. But I would counter argue that it's far more valuable sitting there ready to be deployed if you need it. If on the stock market, yes, it would generate some returns, but that relatively small fund is not really going to have much of an impact on your financial freedom. If you got some value from the experiences I've shared today, like and subscribe below. I've got lots more to come. Okay, budgeting your monthly salary. I've left this one to the end because it is the most boring one and probably the most unpopular one. But it's one of the most important ones. And we get this right, you'll set yourself up for success. Now, when we get our monthly salary, we know exactly where it's going to go. We have it divided into portions. For us, 50 to 60% of it goes to our expenses. This will include our mortgage, travel to work, food, expenses, and utilities. In all honesty, with 3 young kids, it's a struggle, but I guess that's where the budgeting comes in. 20% of our salary goes straight into our investments. We pay our future selves first. That will get divided up with our tax-free accounts and our investments. Now, with our side hustles, we can sometimes put in a bit more in there, but we would keep it at 20% as a minimum. The only people that can get you financially free is you. So you've got to put yourself first and put money aside for your investments. The way I see it, if I can put a little bit more in there, then we get to our financial freedom a little faster. The last portion of our salary, 20 to 30%, goes on our family fund. This will be personal credit cards, days out, clothes, fancy treats, maybe there'll be a takeaway. Now again, with 3 young kids, it's a stretch, but we stick to the budget. and that's the strength. So these are 4 key strategies that we found we really needed to have in our financial plan. Each one has had a potent impact on the success of our plan and has really helped us to maximize our returns, both in financial gain and in peace of mind. And in an added bonus, by passing these skills down to your kids, you'll be setting them up for a bright financial future. My parents did the best for me, and by setting my kids up with this mindset, I think I'll be doing the best for them too. Incidentally, I'd like to say when we started our financial journey, I watched a lot of videos. I can honestly say it's a simple formula. You just find the things that work for you and compound your gains and repeat. Where it gets difficult is life pops up and things will challenge you. Things will try and sway you off your path. And you have to continue with purpose and determination. So we've made it our life's work. We've made purchasing property and renovation part of our family life. We teach our kids about investing in the stock market and purchasing assets and how they can make us wealthy. We also teach them the importance of hard work and being humble. So my advice is to find what's important to you and use that to propel yourself forward. There are going to be tough, long days when you're exhausted, but I'm pretty sure we're going to forget those days when we're financially free and retired.